Hello and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. We are going to do a collective reading today, so I'll be asking for messages from the higher guidance that are to help us with our journeys and our growth at this time. And I believe there's going to be a little bit of specific messages for, it's feeling like water signs right now, and fire. I'm not quite sure why those are highlighted, but if you have water or fire in a prominent position in your chart, I would tune in a little extra special to what's coming through. Okay, I'm going to cut it into 3. So this is a question for you that I'd love to know your answer in the comments. Do you prefer videos where you can see just the person's hands in the cards, or do you prefer, face-to-face videos? Interested to know what you think. Okay, we're going to start with message first. 7 of water, the star, 2 of water, and the 9 of fire. Okay, now what we're looking at here is the theme of individual healing going on, and individual healing also kind of pulling at karmic relationships in your experience right now. I want to find out if this is karmic or close. Okay, so when we have our 7 of water here, there is some healing that you are avoiding, that you're not wanting to do. Okay, likely this Mercury retrograde is bringing it up for you, bringing it into your attention. There is a tendency, it's not so much to resist it, but it is to push it away. It is to say, nope, I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm going to go do something else. And this avoidance you're doing is going to have an impact on the growth of a future, or perhaps it is the future state of a relationship. I'll say it like that. Okay, we've got the 9 of swords, 2 of water. 9 of swords is 9 of fire is trying to defend the 2 of swords, saying that there is this special karmic relationship, and karmic in a good way, karmic meaning connection. There is this special relationship in front of you, and there is a lot of there is a depth to this relationship. If you're not in one currently, this is something in the future. If you are in one currently and it's going through some healthy growth right now, this is the deepening of that relationship. But it hinges on you doing the healing work yourself. And there's a lot of ancestral healing going on right now, a lot of fighting patterns that go back farther than just your mother and father. It's actually back to multiple, I want to say multiple strands of our DNA, but it's like where we came from as a nuclear culture, meaning your family has its own culture, and the healing you're doing goes back a very long way. Let's get a little bit more on that healing. These cards are also saying that once you have done the healing, you have all the possibility to create your new life and to create a new way of living for you. But it's like, which star are you going to be distracted by? These real ones that come from within, or these ones that are maybe shine really brightly but are too far away to touch? So it's about working with what's in you and what's close to you, what's within you, rather than trying to grab kind of the outside. There's something else in that. Okay, what's the other message here? Peripherally, it's also about inner light, really cultivating your inner light instead of trying to grab the light from the other side. If you have Libra in your chart, Libra is being affected pretty hard right now by the Mercury retrograde, and it's this kind of crisis going on with, who am I? What is my self-image? What is my light? And a lot of times we're looking for that reflection from someone else. We're looking for other people to reflect our light back to us without actually knowing what our light is. And that's why this healing is so necessary, because she's got the light on the inside. This one's reaching for the light on the outside, and it's going inside to find that light. And then you see she takes it as a crown, that you start to understand, who you are, what you're bringing to relationships, and what these relationships will end up meaning to you. Okay, what is the healing we're looking for? Hanged Man, Nine of Air, and the Page of Fire. It looks like second chakra stuff to me. Sexuality, relationships, a relationship to authority, relationship with your own authority, relationship with your creativity, relationship with flow, all of that. We're with this card where it's like the feeling of getting to that healing is worse than the actual healing itself. So there's resisting because it's like, I can't go there, it's going to be too hard. But it's the mental resistance that's actually creating what's the word? The erroneous belief that it is difficult to heal. Now, what's interesting here is we have the Page of Fire just totally surrendering, but we've got the Knight of Air blocking that surrender. So the mind is saying, I can't give in to this healing. Either I'll lose myself, or I'll lose my everything. I'll lose my sense of being together. And there's also this kind of compulsive holding on to that fear because of that fear of letting go. What I think is really interesting about this Hanged Man card in this deck is you cannot see who's holding the fairy. You see these dark wings, you see or dark limbs, and you see a dark wing, but you don't really know who's holding it. Is it the shadow? Is it another fairy who just happens to have dark wings? Is it a dragon? What is holding on? So even when you surrender to that shadow, to that fear, when you just let go and say, okay, I'm going to go through this, I'm going to experience it, I'm not going to break, I'm not going to die, it's not as bad. You're still held. See, the shadow hasn't dropped her. The shadow is actually holding her up. The shadow is suspending her. So you are in this state of protection if you can truly surrender to this process of healing. Okay. Being asked to draw a message for fire signs, we're drawing for Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. What is this message, please? And again, you don't have to just be an Aries, Sag, or Leo sun. You can also be that in a moon, in a rising, or perhaps a Venus. Okay. We've got the Devil, we've got the Ten of Air, and we've got the Queen of Water. You have a chance to be completely emotionally clear of what has been causing you the deepest sense of grief, the deepest sense of loss. You have a chance to heal that and to emotionally release it. There is someone in front of you who is able to take that energy and meet it with the deepest sense of compassion, with the deepest sense of empathy, with the best kind of listening. You have that chance. But again, you've got something else in you trying to pull you away, saying, we don't need to do that healing. We don't need to trust that person. We're just going to hang on to that hurt. The devil is trying, this energy here is trying to trick you a little bit into thinking that this experience is going to be bad, or that this experience isn't going to be good for you. And the devil is all about the false fronts, about appearances. That sometimes things that appear beautiful and appear lovely, like you see the side of hers is really nice, and then you look back. This card, I don't know what it is, but it gave me. I had to always hide it and put it at the bottom of the deck because it gave me the creeps. That idea that something or someone could appear so beautiful and perfect, and then inside be this really dark, completely. It's this energy of betrayal. It's this energy of trespass, distrust, like everything that turns your stomach. You know, the getting when you get stabbed in the back and you weren't expecting it. Well, no one expects to get stabbed in the back. But it's like when you're watching a movie and you've got someone who turns out who's the good guy, looks like the good guy, and then turns out to be the bad guy. That's the devil energy. And that's the energy that is trying to fool you right now into thinking that this experience is not good. Why is the devil so agitated right now? Two of air. This is an unconscious block that you're putting up for yourself. It's kind of like, it's possibly conscious. It really is back to this guy, the fear of letting go. It's much easier to hold on, and the devil represents that part of you that's trying to hold on. But the point is that the deeper part of you has asked for growth and has asked for release, and that's where you're gently being pushed and helped and supported. And you know, there's just part of you on the outside that is resistant. Okay, I think, let's feel this out here. We're going to switch over to the extended reading now. I'll see if any other messages for the other signs want to come out for water, air, and earth. We haven't really talked about air and earth at all. So if you'd like to follow me over there, the link is in the description below, and I will see you soon.